This is a quick tutorial on the gradient tool in Photoshop. Choose your gradient tool. The shortcut is G. It is also logged with the paint bucket, so if you see the paint bucket, click on it and grab your gradient tool. Choose the color that you want to use for your gradient. In the options bar, choose first off the foreground to background option, so you can see that it coordinates with my foreground background chips. Click OK. Then to create a gradient, you simply click and drag, and it will fill the entire area if you have nothing selected, or if you have a selection made, when you click and drag with your gradient tool, it will fill just the selection area with solid color, front to back, gradiating from your front to back paint chips. And if I move this over something else on my canvas, you can see it's completely solid with no transparencies. To use the transparent gradient, once again I grab my gradient tool, choose the transparent gradient, click OK, and then click and drag. Now you can see whichever way I drag, if I hold down shift to go from left to right in a straight line, that gradient is directly up and down. If I do it at an angle, it angles it. If I drag a long distance, it makes it more gradual. If I drag only a short distance, it makes it more abrupt. So that transition from one color to the other is going to happen between the place that you first click and the place that you let go. And that's pretty much the gradient tool. There are other settings that you can play around with. You can customize your gradients. You can choose a custom gradient, change the colors. Once you've changed one the way you like it, you can give it a name if you like and call it new, and it will make a new one for you that it will save. You can also change the transparency of that area by clicking on the top little marker and changing the opacity. So if I change that opacity down, you can see it's going from full opacity here to less opacity there. Change that all the way back up so you can see something else. When I click on these color markers, you can see a little dot between them. That's where that transition happens. So if I grab and move that, you can see the transition happens between that dot and the next color, and it becomes shorter if I move it closer. I can also move the color itself, or I can click again to add another color and change it. If I want to get rid of a color, you simply click on it and drag it away, and then it's gone. And that's pretty much the gradient tool.